Peace and black power, everybody. How y'all doing today, family? We want to welcome y'all to another episode of Financial Literacy. The name of the show today is we're going to talk about the importance of having good credit. Side note, if cash is king, then credit is queen. Again, today we're going to be talking about the importance of having good credit. And a subtitle is If Cash is King, Then Credit is Queen. With that, family, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit here and be here with us today. Thumb up the video, family. Like the video. Share the video. Leave a comment, and give some constructive criticism. Or if you can add on to the conversation, by all means, give us some information because we don't know it all. At the end of the day, we all trying to soak up this information. With that being said, I have a panel member up here. I want to give him an opportunity to introduce himself to the family, and we're going to go from there.
Good evening, family. This is Leonard Walker. Many of you have seen me before. I am the president of the Descendants of American Slaves Political Action Committee, the Descendants of American Slaves Incorporated, and History Untold 400. And we're going to talk about some credit tonight.
Yeah, brother, I thought that it'd be a good conversation to jump into this credit conversation right now with what's going on in the world today. You know that we're headed into the height of holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Also, we just, coming out of an election. We're going into the end of the fourth quarter, getting right to start the first quarter. You have income tax checks that's going to be coming out. And due to this pandemic with the COVID-19, a lot of people bills have been passed. They haven't been paying bills, because of the law that's been passed. So I thought that it'd be a good conversation for us to, talk a little bit about credit and how vital credit is in our life today, and also how we need to make sure that we benefit and take advantage of the of the credit laws and what's going on with this coronavirus right now. You want to jump in?
Yes, just like the brother said, is we getting, once again, we're in the holiday season, which means we're in the money spending season. This is when retail goes all the way up, right? This is when more people spend money. I'm not going to criticize the holidays because I'm just a sucker for Christmas, right? I'm a sucker for Halloween. I'm a sucker for Thanksgiving. I know what all of this stuff means, but it doesn't mean that to me, right? But what's important is if you don't have the money. Matter of fact, there's a meme that's going around right now, and it goes like this. If the price of a PS5 is higher than your credit score, you can't afford it. Okay, so yeah, we, like I said, the brother, we're gonna allude to, we're already talking about what season it is, what to watch out for, and if you have some some issues with your credit, some things that you need to know to be able to repair it, and to be able to maintain what credit is for. So, brother, you got it again.
All right, thanks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen. I got a little a slideshow presentation that I'm gonna do. It ain't gonna take that long. It's dealing with credit. So the beginning of this, this is part of a My Credit system that's part of my econ, part of the company I'm with, but it's a part of my econ is a My Credit system, right? So what you need to know about credit, what you need to know about credit, and also some hints and tips with credit, because this is something that we are all involved with and something that we all need to be involved with, right? So give me one quick second, family. One quick second. I gotta take no, never mind. All right. So let me go ahead. All right, these are some facts, right? This is a fact, right? Everybody is interested in credit, right? Everybody's interested in credit, right? All right. Over 68 million people have bad credit. Say that number again. 68 million people have bad credit. 40 million more have at least one error. So at least 40 million more people have at least one error. It's a $3 billion industry as of 2018. So as of 2018, credit in the credit industry was a $3 billion industry, right? 79% who disputed errors was successful in removing them, right? And everybody wants good credit, right? So one thing that I like to talk about as far as the Black community goes is when we go to school, what grade do they teach us about credit? When do we go to class from K to 12th grade when they are teaching us about the importance of good credit or credit in general?
Zero.
There you go. Because when I went to school,
Zero.
they never taught me anything pertaining to credit. No idea what credit was besides that I knew that my parents had already messed my credit up before I was 18 because they had already had the cable bill in my name, already had phone bills in my name, already had light bills in my name before I was grown. Because I didn't understand the importance of credit. I wasn't taught it in school. And apparently the same thing happened with my parents. They may have gotten to know more about it as time went on, but as far as learning in school, it's something that we're not taught, right? But yet everybody wants good credit. 68 million people have bad credit. These are crap and terrible. These are crazy numbers. And just imagine of that 68 million, how many is Black that have bad credit, right? All right, so let's look at the credit score. And let's look at what is a good credit score. After this, Brother Lynn, I'm gonna let you jump in. All right, so when we talk about a credit score, what is a good score? Well, they say best credit is 800 to 850. That's what I'm striving to get. 800 to 850, they say is best credit. Excellent credit is 750 to 799. Good credit is 700 to 749, right? Fair credit is 650 to 699. Poor credit is 600 to 649. So I know a lot of people that got in between that 6 to 700 range, and we think we're doing good because I'm in that range. And it looks like I got fair credit if it's 650 above, or poor credit if it's 600 to 649. Bad credit is 300 to 599. And Brother Leonard just said that if your credit score is lower than the price of the PS5, you probably can't afford it. Look at what bad credit is. 300 to 599. That's considered bad credit. Go ahead, brother. You can jump in.
All righty. My credit score just went down 4 points, and I'm still at 822. People ask, wow, how did you get there? Well, at 53 years old, it took a while to figure out this credit game, right? But one of the things that is important about, let's just talk about why good credit is good, all right? Why credit is important and why you should have good credit. The number one investment, or at least the first investment most people make, right, without even investing in stocks or anything like that, is to buy a home. Why is buying a home important? Because if you want to start a business, you can always refinance and borrow against your home, get the capital you need to start up a business. And then you can just pay up. Once your business is doing well, you can pay that off, pay your house off. A house is one of the only things that you can buy that can appreciate in value while you're making payments on it. A car doesn't appreciate in value while you're making payments. If you buy some furniture, that almost immediately, if you buy furniture depreciates in value like ridiculously, right? So none of these things appreciate in value like a house. A house, you can do things to it. Give you a good example. I refinanced my house and upgraded my kitchen. My kitchen cost $30,000 to do. I didn't pay any of that out of my pocket. I had some saved up, but most of it I refinanced. I did it through refinancing my house. Okay, so I upgraded my kitchen. Why is that important to upgrade my kitchen? Because I improve the value of my home. So if I go to sell my home, I could take all of that $30,000 or more that I pay. Matter of fact, I can say, all right, you know what? I invest $30,000 in my house. I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know, I'm gonna increase the value of my house to $50,000. So I add $50,000 to the price of what I want to sell my house to above market, right? Because I've already increased the value of my house, right? Good credit allows you to buy a home, which gives you the opportunity to do the things I just talked about. So with good credit, what are some of the things that you need to do in order to have good credit or your credit score, right? 35% of your, and this is important, 35% of your credit score is based upon your payment history, right? So what does that mean? First, 35%, that's over a third of your credit score. It's based upon how accurately or on time you pay your bills. So you have a cable bill, right? It's Christmas time. You say, I want to get that PS5. I'm a little bit short, but you know what? I could go ahead and skip this month's cable bill and pay it next month, right? I'll just double up next month because I'm also get income taxes. So I'll just, I'm gonna spend my income taxes before I can have that money. If I'm saying something that we don't do, let me know, because that's what we do, because that's what I've done before, right? So, but here's the problem. When you miss that payment, okay, if your payment history is 100%, if it's 99.9 or 99.5%, you're still good. When you miss a payment, it drops to like 95%. If you drop to 95%, it'll lower your credit score, right? It will take you to get back up to 99.5. It'll take you like a year to 2 years worth of consecutive payments, all right, to raise that score back up again, just with one missed payment or one late payment. So why is this important? Okay, so if I'm financing something, I need to know, I need to budget and say, okay, can I really afford this? Can I make $169 a month payment? Or can I make, it's $45 a month? Okay, I can make that, right? There are ways or things that you can do to be able to trick the system to where you're making payments and you're paying things off, and it looks like, oh wow, man, he's really, he's blowing up, right? One of the things that I do is, and this, you have to be responsible to do this, is I pay all of my expenses and everything with a credit card. Some people say, whoa, credit card, a credit card, okay. Credit card, a lot of people think a credit card is what you use so that when you don't have money, you can buy things when you don't have money. That's not what a credit card is for. Credit card, all right, now credit cards pay you points, but check this out. If for living expenses, let's say your living expenses is $1,200 a month. That's, your light, your gas, your utilities, groceries, whatever, say all of that adds up to $1,200 a month, right? And, you got enough money to live, you get enough to where, all right, if you in 1 month spend $1,200 on just your living expenses and zero it out every month, what the credit card companies look at, they say, oh, he's just paid the company off. Now they understand that's a revolving account, right? But it looks like you just paid the company off. It doesn't matter if it's $5, $10. You could have a credit card and say, this is my emergency credit card, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my alarm system, or I'm going to put a small bill, you know, your cable bill or something on it, something small, right? To where I'll just pay that little off every month, every month. So in 12 months, instead of looking like, you know, like let's just say you got a car note, right? Car note is going to take you 5 to 6 years to pay off, right? And when you pay it off, by the time you finish paying it off, you'll be ready for another car. So you'll be trying to get another car because you feel like that car is old now. So you go into another car payment. Well, with a credit card, all right, instead of 5 to 6 years paying a company off, the credit card, you're paying a company off every month. So if you do that for 20, if you do that for 2 years, you done paid off to the credit card company. It looks like, oh, I done paid off 24 companies in 24 months. This will shoot your credit up like crazy, especially if you're doing it and you're not missing payments, you're paying stuff on time, right? You know, and there you next, the next most important thing is your outstanding debt or your credit utilization. All right. You look at how much money you make compared to how much debt you're in, right? So if you know you got maxed out credit cards, if you go and you finance a bunch of different things, like, you know, hey, you know, I needed to get a new dinette set from the furniture store. I went on ahead and financed it in the furniture store, right? And they gave me a card, so I financed it in the furniture store, and I got this retail store card, that retail. You know, you go in these stores, say you can save 10% if you sign up for a card. Well, no, don't do that, right? Just have one, maybe two credit cards. 2 credit cards is good because that, you know, you have your daily expense credit card and then you have an emergency backup credit card, right? You know, and you still are actively using that card, but that's just for backup, you know, so you're playing your money. But all these other little small revolving accounts, now what the credit card company says, oh, he has debt over here, debt over there, he owes this company, that company. You got all of these companies that you owe, right? And a lot of these companies, what happens is when you go to the furniture store, all they do is sell that purchase that you did to a credit card company. So they give you a credit card, right, that you have to pay back. Now, you can do that if you go to the store, one of these say, all right, I want to buy this right here, it's on sale, so and so, but I don't want to pay for it all at once. I want to buy it, you know, how many months do you offer same as cash? You could do that. That way you're not getting interest, you're making those payments on time, and you're paying exactly what it is you want to pay for, and you're not, you know, taking a whole big chunk of money to try to pay something if you don't have that, right? You could do that as well, and that works. And then you just take that card and you put it to the side and you never use it again, and just naturally go away, right? So it's many ways you can improve your credit, but the biggest way, like I said, is making your payments on time. If you do a budget, now that's another important part of credit, is a budget, knowing how much money you make and how much you're spending and how much debt you're in. I could typically go through a person's, you know, if they make decent money, but they seem to never have any money, never have any savings, can't manage to save money, I typically could go through that person's income and that person's bill and probably find anywhere from $200 to $300 a month extra that they could be saving. But that's on the individual as far as their discipline goes. So like I said, is you know, don't feel bad. Most of us, like brother, we're not taught credit. You know, we're not taught credit. And then, like I said, it's you know, once as parents, we've ruined our credit. Okay, I want to put the electricity in my baby name. I want to put the cable bill in so-and-so name, you know, so they're messing your credit. So we have a legacy of ruining each other's credit before we even start credit, right? See, so these are habits we have got to break. And the only way you can break them really is to say, you know what, I only make this much and I can't spend more than this much right here. So I got to give some stuff up until I'm able to, I know it's hard, you got kids, Cartoon Network, Christmas, all of these little things that, we want to spend money on. But if you want to repair your credit and get yourself in a place where you're doing better with money, you have to go and say, I got to live below my means. And I have to figure out what that is. So go ahead, brother.
Yeah, let me jump in. One of the things that you were talking about was your credit score, right? And what factors in on your credit score, right? So there's 5 factors that affect your credit score, right? So the first thing that affect your credit score is, like the elder said, is your payment history. Your payment history, that's 35% of your credit score. Is your payment history, which is 192.5 max points. So the maximum amount of points you can get for your payment history is 192.5 points, right? Next thing is your credit utilization, right? Your credit utilization is 165 max points, all right? That's your credit utilization. Or some people say the amount of debt, your amount of debt, which is 30%, right? That's the same as your credit utilization. Your credit history is 15% of your score. And you can max out at 82.5 max points. 82.5 is the maximum amount of points you can get with your credit history, which is 15%, right? Then your new credit. Your new credit is 10% of your total score, and that's 55 max points. I'm adding up these max points because you can see how you can get 8 to 850 when you max out these 5 areas, right? So your new credit is 10%, which is 55. Then your credit mix is another 10%, which is 55 max points. So you have 35% of your credit score is based off your payment history. Then your another 30% is based off the amount of debt or your credit utilization. 15% is the length of your credit history. 10% is new credit, and 10% is credit mix. That's the 100% of your credit score right there, right? So with MyEcon, with the payment history, we have solutions because it's 4 letters that MyEcon provides you with to send off to these credit agencies to get certain things off your credit report, right? So one of the very first letters that MyEcon credit utilization teaches you is to send off is for your debt validation letter. Because the very first thing you want to do when you want to contest anything on your credit report is you need them to validate that this debt is yours. Because sometimes they have minor mistakes on your credit report. They'll have an I instead of an E. They'll have an S at the end of your name if it shouldn't be at the end of your name. These little minor mistakes are easy to get things taken off your credit report off gate. So that debt validation letter is one of the very first letters that we teach you to send out with MyEcon. We're going to give you the letter. We're going to give you the platform. We're going to give you the template. Only thing you got to do is put your name and your information in it. You send it off. That's a debt validation letter. That's the first thing, right? The second thing, that after they confirm that the debt is yours, once they confirm that this is your debt, your next thing is your method of verification letter. So now I need you to prove to me how it's mine. You have validated that it's mine. So now, what was your method of verification that this is my debt? This is the second thing that you send to this credit agency, and they have to respond to you in a certain amount of time. This method of verification letter is very important because a lot of times these companies send your debt to a debt collection agency. And once they send it to that debt collection agency, They have to provide you with your original form, your original letter that you signed for the debt. And a lot of times they don't have that. This is another way you can get things taken off your credit report. We provide you with this now. The third thing is the violation of your FCR rights letter. We have certain rights as consumers that these credit agencies and also these credit reporting agencies have to follow. They have to follow these laws. And if they break these laws, we got them. And this is the way you can get stuff took off your credit report, is if they violate your FCRA rights letter. And then your fourth letter is your intent to litigate letter, meaning that, okay, I have given you all these chances. I asked you to validate my debt. You validated the debt. Now I ask you for your method of verification. How did you prove to me? And this is where you get them. Usually when they send you your method of verification, how did they verify that it was your debt? Usually 9 out of the 10 times, they violated your rights when they done this. Because once they sell this debt to a debt collector, it's certain things that they don't supposed to do. We give you this, and then once you get the proof, so you setting them up, and we're playing chess with them, because you're asking them for questions that you know they have the answer to, but also you letting them dig their own grave, and you keep it documented. So once you get them to do that method of verification letter, 9 out of the 10 times, they dead. They dead in the water, because they already violated your rights. Then you send them that violation letter, let them know, look, you just violated my rights, and now you got 15 to 45 days to do something about this, or we going to court. That's your fourth letter that you send. It's your intent to litigate the letter. You don't know, now I already got the proof that you have broken the law. Now either you're going to solve this problem or we going to court. That's what you do. Them are your 4 letters, right? There are a few other letters that can be used depending on your situation. Because sometimes they don't violate your rights when it comes from the method of verification. Some of these companies do it right by the book. And now you can't hit them with the intent to litigate the letter because they didn't violate your rights. So now what are you going to do? See, now you're in a situation now where you might have to do a goodwill letter, where now you're going to send them a letter and ask them, okay, well, out of goodwill, can we settle this? Let me pay you this X amount to get this removed. That's what you call a goodwill letter. But with my econ, we provide you with all this, family. We provide you with all the letters that you need to send off to get your credit changed, to get it fixed, right? So then, all right, so now when you talk about the credit utilization, the solution is paying down revolving debt. Now, this is once you have already utilized all your letters. After you done went through all the steps that you could have to get stuff removed, and everything left on your credit report is legit. So now you got to do the pay down revolving debt solution, where now, okay, we got to start paying this debt down. It's my debt. They proved that it's my debt. They didn't break no law. Okay. Now, if you're trying to fix your credit, you got to come up with a solution to pay down revolving debt. So the first thing is debt elimination. So the first thing you got to eliminate this debt, family, because what was 30? Your payment history was 35%, but what the next thing was the amount of debt that you owe was 30% of it. So you got to eliminate the debt, right? The second thing that you can do, if you don't have the money really to eliminate the debt off date, sometimes you can increase your credit limit. Because you know what I'm saying, with your credit cards, let's say, well, most credit cards, most people tell you don't spend over 30% of the total amount of your credit. So if you got a $1,000 limit on your credit card, most people tell you don't spend over $300. They'll say try to stay within 30%. Don't go no higher. But let's say you done spent 500 of the 1,000, so you at 50%. Well, if you increase your credit limit from 1,000 to 1,500, now now you're still at that 30% threshold if you spent 500. So that'll put you within that area by sometimes increasing your credit limit, right? Some other ways to help fix your credit is to get new credit. Sometimes new credit, you gotta get some new credit. They say no credit is worse than having bad credit. Because at least if you ain't got no type of credit, they don't know your payment history. They don't know how you're gonna pay this back at all. They have no idea. So sometimes it's better to have bad credit than no credit. Because at least with bad credit, they know you ain't gonna pay them back. with no credit at all, you a live wire. They don't know nothing. It's up in the air, right? All right. So look, solutions 1 is it pays down revolving debt. Solution 2 and 3, it lowers your credit utilization by increasing credit limit, family. Right. So now when you deal with your credit history. Now, with your credit history, this is something that I learned through this company that I did not know. And this is, again, something wherein, as far as learning and you learn from other people, I didn't know if you know somebody that got real good credit. So like Brother Leonard said, his credit score, 800. So I said, Brother Leonard, well, how about you add me on your credit card? You add me on your credit card, but I don't get a copy of your credit card, meaning that I can't spend none of your money. But by him adding me on his credit card, I inherit his credit score. Do y'all know that? Mm-hmm. You can get somebody that got real good credit, and you get them to add you onto their credit card, and you inherit their credit history and their credit payment. Even though you may not get the card, because they ain't gonna let you get their card or give you a card, and your credit messed up for a reason, right? So, but just by them adding you allows you to inherit their credit history and credit payment. That's very important, family, right? So, here we go. Authorizers, here they're gonna tell you about it. Find a relative or friend with a credit card with good history. Ask to be added to their account as an authorized user. Car owner does not have to give you a card. You will inherit their payment history. You'll inherit their payment history just by them adding you. So you got children, you want to help build their credit up. There's other ways you can do it, but this is just one way to help them with a good payment history, family. That's very important, right? Also, new credit, right? Solution adding trade lines. With new credit, you want new credit, and a lot of people talk about adding trade lines. I have never added a trade line. I'm unfamiliar with trade lines. I only know what I've learned through my econ. So, Brother Leonard or Brother Master U, I see you up here now. If y'all would like to elaborate a little bit more about trade lines, it's up to y'all. I know what the presentation gonna tell me to say, but I'm not very that keen on trade lines like that. I mean, either one of y'all, if y'all want to, or I can just keep going.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with trade lines. My methods, things that I do, I know, like I said, is proof is in pudding, but I'm not real familiar with that part of it.
Okay, I just go through the presentation.
I don't know too much. Look, I think what trade lines is like it's different reports that come up on because they're different. Like credit, the different ways of credit is utilized. Like Credit Karma has like a particular credit score, 2 credit scores for you. Then there's also FICO score. Different people use like different scores. And I want to say for like each credit report, it's something dealing with how your account is listed with each credit report. I don't know. It's something like that, how trade lines are, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Yeah, it's something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
right, I'll go through the
hopefully in the presentation it'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, well, it says solution added trade lines, department store cards, secured credit cards, rental history, credit builder loan. Like you can get a credit builder loan. A lot of these secured loans that these banks let you get, right? You got $500 in the account, and then they give you a credit card with that $500, like secured. I think that's a secured credit card, something like that. I think that's what it's called, secured.
Yeah.
Credit builder loans help you build your credit and emergency funds simultaneously. I guess this is some of the solutions when they say adding trade lines. I need to do further research, but you know, I ain't afraid to say that they said somebody said those are cars you get if you own a business.
Yeah, I can tell you what that is. What that sounds like is like brothers is saying is if you're building, let's say you had bad credit and you want to build your credit up. Secure credit card, really, like I said, is that's just, you know, that's what that is a company willing to vouch for you and give you a good credit reporting if you do these sorts of things. All right. If you are able, and it's like baby steps, okay? You know, I don't know how well you do with credit, so we're gonna start you out with a $500 secure card. All right. That means, what is this, a $500 secure card? That means it's essentially like a debit card, right? You have $500 on this card, right? To where it's almost like your savings account, right? So for this $500, you can spend, you know, up to $500 of it, right? But you got to pay it back, right? And it's secured. You can't spend more than $500, okay? So it's not like a credit card where you might have a, you know, a $18,000 credit limit where you don't have $18,000 on the card, on that credit card saved up that you're spending from. You have $18,000 worth of credit, whereas a secure card, $500. I took $500 and put it on it, and I can spend this whenever, and then this reports back. Okay, when I pay it, you know, show good credit history, pay that money back, whatever, pay my own money back to this credit company, right? They'll show, and in turn, they'll show, okay, he's got good payment history, you know, on-time payments, utilization stays low, all of that kind of stuff. So that's what that sounds like, you know, is when you're building credit up and you have a company willing to vouch for you, to tell you all of these things, you know, yeah, you know, they paid on time, they did this, they did that, they did so-and-so, and they paid the debt off and whatever, right? So like I said, that's what that sounds. And eventually, like I said, is it with that secure card, what ends up happening is, okay, so you've established a good history, so we're going to raise that to $1,500, right? That does not mean that you have to put $1,500 in it. That means that we're giving you $1,500 worth of credit because you show that you can manage $500, right? A $500 secure card. So now you're ready for credit, okay? And, you know, we'll trust you and back you. And if you can keep doing the same things, all of these things will help build your credit score. So that's kind of what that sounds like right there, is once you kind of damage your credit, or like I said, if you don't have any credit at all right, and it's hard for you to get credit, so you do these little things to build your credit and establish yourself as having good credit.
Okay, thanks, Brother Leonard. Yeah, and Elijah in the chat put he said those are cards you get if you own a business. They will give you a line of credit up to a certain point in trade. All right, so the next thing is credit mixture. Solution when you want to have a mixture of credit is applying for credit, revolving debt, installment debt. Once you complete the first 4 credit scoring factors, you will have credit mixture. Now, all these things are combined, you know, what we've been going through so far. But the credit mixture is, you know, you want to make sure you have revolving debt, installment debt. You don't want to have just one type of debt. That's credit mixture, right? And 3 active revolving to 1 installment is ideal mixture. So it's saying 3 active revolving debts to 1 installment is ideal mixture, right? And so with My Econ, we're offering, if you want to join My Econ, our unique selling proposition, you get 26 do-it-yourself videos meaning that these videos show you how to do everything you need to do. 4 rounds of the dispute letters. I went over the dispute letters earlier. Income shifting strategy. That's very important. It's the shifting the income. Debt elimination software. Minimize expense calculator. That's like your own personal accountant. Reestablish credit sources. Investment calculator, right? These are some of the things that's offered through my econ. Also, like if you don't want to join my econ, you can Google some of this stuff. You can look on YouTube, find videos, of people helping you to fix your credit, because at the end of the day, credit is very important. They say if cash is king, and credit got to be the queen, right? And we all know when you playing chess, we know who the we know how the game ends, but we know that one piece that can fly all over that board, right? So it's just very important, family, that we get our credit right. And this one of the business opportunities we have with my econ. I done talked to my econ about to y'all a lot. So I have the link in the description if you're interested in it. But at the end of the day, it's not so much about my econ. It's about fixing our credit. It's about us getting literate when it comes to finances and being able to get an 800 credit score. Being able to get a credit score that's so good that we can show the next person. See, this is the thing that I like about my econ, is that it gives you all the tools and information and all the paperwork that you need to do it yourself. And once you do it yourself, once you learn how to do something yourself, it can never be taken away from your family. You can pass that on to your children. That's with anything in life. That's just like when you learn how to ride a bike. You may get rusty, but when you get back on it, you're going to remember how to ride that bike. And you can teach your children how to ride a bike, and they can keep their kids. That's the same with anything as far as information. Once you learn better, you do better, you act better. Y'all want to jump in, fellas?
Yeah. I add on, Master. I would definitely say when I came in, it was a little late. I heard you was talking about being able to pay off credit, being off credit card, or just credit that you have. And when I was in school, they would sit outside the cafeteria and they would give us cards, and we thought that was free money. And you realize that it's really not free money. So the best way to not be in debt is to not be in debt. But nevertheless, man, it is very, very important if you want to do certain things in society. But with that being said, these are things that I just myself when it comes to paying off. You just have to make yourself some sacrifice. These are things that we have mentioned on the show like earlier in the year. But sometimes you may have to really go and give yourself a budget, like really, really give yourself a budget and figure out like, hey, look, if I'm $5,000 in debt, I give myself, a year to pay this off. What are some things that I have to sacrifice? So you may not, and $1,000 on Christmas toys, or you may not go out to eat as much. And some people may say, well, I'm gonna live my life. Well, yeah, you can live your life, but you can still be in debt in a negative way. So for me, one thing I realized is that if I want to get out of debt or anything I want to do in life, there has to be a sacrifice made in order for me to, come out on the other side in a better position. Something else that you can do when you have a credit card, let's just say, we talked about not, going over 30% of your limit. If you got a credit card, just, that's $1,000. But anyway, if you got a credit card that's $1,000, you don't have to spend $1,000. You don't have to spend $300. You can use that card to put gas in your car. Right. You can spend just goes, okay, look, if I work, I spend $20 a week. It's 4 weeks a month. You must spend $80 in gas. Okay, cool. You just pay the credit card off for the credit card is due. The credit card company don't care how much money you were in debt with, as long as you pay it off. That's it. Even if your credit card is $1,000, if it's $1,000 and you pay it off before that bill cycle is due, you're good to go. Because then you have zero. Like he has no balance. He has no balance, or she has no balance at all. So again, you don't have to go and take that credit card and have to use like these big purchases. I have a credit card and all I do is buy gas, and I get rewards points for it. Like for me, I love credit cards. I have 2. I love them. They have helped me. And just for me getting gas, something as simple as gas, has raised my credit score a great deal of points. I'm in the 700s now this year. And I just take the same. I got approved for credit card. Once I understood how to use it, and I just put gas in my car. That's it. Put gas in me and my wife's car, and I pay it off at the end of the month before it's due. And I cannot stress how much wonders it has really done for my credit score. Because, they're looking at, okay, cool. He's used this 15, 20 times and, he's constantly paying it off. So they don't care how much money that you use on the credit card, as long as you pay it off before the due date. And so, like, again, don't put yourself in a bind. If you got $1,000 and you're going to spend 90% of that, you spending $900, don't do that. Stay within your means and just get something simple, gas. If you know that you go and you spend, I don't know, like $100 on groceries every 2 weeks or every week, I don't know, just kind of making up something. Use your credit card. And if you're going to get a credit card, look at the best credit cards look at the best credit cards and what they have to offer. Like, for example, if you like to travel a lot, get a credit card that gives you like travel reward points. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I know that when I go, if I go grocery shopping with my credit card, it gives me more reward points. And you can take that money and like, it'll pay you to go do that. And you can cash out at every $25. So, like, if you're going to get a credit card, make sure that you manage it well, but get one that offers like all type of stuff, to you. And the last thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna be quiet. Like, the credit card I have now, it also offers like a concierge service. So if I'm out somewhere and I'm working because I for work, and I was like, I want to go do something in the town, or I'm looking for something, a good place to eat, I'll call my credit card company. They was like, yeah, we found a couple of spots for you right here. And so I mean, yeah, they'll send me stuff about like hotels. Like, okay, cool, you earn enough reward points that now you can, stay a free night in a hotel. So if you're gonna get a credit card, don't just get one that's plain and simple. Don't get a plain Jane. Get a credit card that's gonna offer you rewards for using that particular card. And if you are paying on this card, say you got $1,000 credit limit and you've been paying, you only using $80 a month, you've been paying it off. After like 6 months to a year, I think that standard call is like, I don't know if it's Brother Leonard or Brother Seth Haru said, ask for an increase. And you're more than likely to get it because they're like, man, look, yeah, you have been paying this credit card off every month, like $1,000. Okay, cool. Let's give him $2,000. Like, this stuff is really not rocket science. It seems that way, but it's real simple. All you got to do is be willing to sit down, educate yourself, and make the sacrifice when need be. And that's my piece.
Peace, brother. That brother was speaking straight facts. I understand this. Check this out. If you use a credit card it offers you points, fuel points, restaurant points, food, all of that, right? Use a credit card that offers you points to buy the things that you're going to spend money on anyway. Gas, groceries. You're going to go out to a restaurant and eat from time to time. Any clothes purchases, any type of purchases that you are already going to spend money on already. And you use a credit card that offers you points. That is a small passive amount, a small passive form of income. You can get $800, $900, $1,200 at the end of the year for just spending money that you're already going to spend, right? So that's another way. Hey, how do I save money? How can I? Hey, you know what? I just got $1,500 for buying things that I'm already going to buy. So I'll just put that money in the bank, and I'll just do this. I'll just do that. See, so that's a good way of earning just a small passive income, right? $50 a month or $1,500 at the end of the year. Is that a whole lot? Not really, but guess what? That's over $100 a month that you've saved. All right. Like, if you save money, that's over $100. Except you ain't saving your money, you're spending. So imagine if you were saving money and you were spending money that you would normally spend, right? The cost of living cost that you would normally spend, and you're getting the amount of money that you're saving as well on top of that. See, so these are other ways. But the key to all of this is we're talking about tips and hints and all that. In your mind and in your heart, you have to first say, I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of not having anything. I'm tired of being on the edge. I'm tired of having phone calls and seeing letters and doing all. I'm tired of that, okay? How do I get myself out of that cycle? What do I need to do to where I feel like 1,000-pound weight is lifted off of me, okay? I don't have, people hunt me down because, and that comes with understanding, right? But before it comes to that, it's like, say, getting tired of living that way and then having the discipline to say, all right, here's how much money I make. Because like I said, there ain't nothing like pencil and paper. Here's how much money I make. Here's how much money I spend. All right. So you look at what you make, you look at what you spend, and whatever you have left over, that's your wealth, right? If you don't have anything left over, then you're spending more than you make. And you have nowhere, or if you're in the negative, right? That's even worse. Right now you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. But if you look at how much you make compared to what you spend, and you say to yourself, everything that comes in goes out. I want to capture something for myself. All right. I want to build wealth. The first step is looking at how much you spend and say, all right, do I need to spend? How can I shrink that number so I can capture some of what I make for myself? Right. So you look at that number and say, all right, do I really need this? Do I really need that? And that's where it takes the discipline, right? We got the tools to show you once you gain that discipline and you say, hey, you know what? Now I'm ready to do something different. Now I'm ready to build my credit. Now I'm ready to get on a different track and get my life in a better place when it comes to this, right? So I can have more opportunities, right? When it comes to my money. And here's the funny thing about all of that is that as you improve your credit, as you start practicing some of these financial things, right? Your life is improving, all right? You're starting to see, well, I can make more money. And it's amazing how opportunity to make more money, to save more money, all of these things will just all of a sudden start coming up, right? But here's the other thing is what happens is like the more money you make, the less money you want to spend and the more money you want to invest so you can make more money. So it completely reverse your thinking, not even trying that hard. Like the brother said, it's not rocket science. You just have to say, it's not good that I'm going into January, okay, and I owe these bills and I can't pay them because I just spent $1,200, $1,500 on Christmas that I didn't have. But I know I'm gonna get that. I know I'm gonna get that income tax check. Understand, income tax check. Let's understand what that is. An income tax check is the money that you have, the overage of money, all right, that you've paid in taxes that the government is still using as a loan that they give you back without any interest on it. That's what an income. If that is an interest-free loan, you can't go anywhere and get a loan, all right, and not pay interest on it. But whenever you get an income tax check back, that's what you've just done is I've just got an interest-free loan. And I'm wrong. If you're getting $4,000 and $5,000 back, all right, in tax returns, that's good, okay? Because that's $4,000, $5,000 you can use to do something with. But what we tend to do is when we know, and when we get that W-2, we know when we see these people, oh, that money's already spent. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this and buy that. I'm gonna turn up, I'm gonna do so-and-so, I'm gonna do this, all of this stuff that I pay for at Christmas, because I already know I'm gonna give out, I usually give about $4,000 back in income. Imagine if you just got that money free and clear. You get $4,000 that you're not paying something back. All right, because you've used that money, you already have counted that money to pay for something. Imagine if you just get that money back and you just got it. You put it in the bank, you can invest it, you can do whatever. See, so like I said, it's all of this. Credit starts in your mind and your desire, right? I don't want to live this way. You may not have the education or know-how, but you know, I'm tired of these phone calls. I don't want to live like this. You know, you know, you can act like you're numb and I don't care. You get threatening letters and all of this and all that. And, you know, that's ghetto fabulousness. We don't want to, tired of living ghetto fabulous, right? So I'm ready for something different. So that's where it starts. And then those who are ready, hey, you got your brother right here, brother Set Haru, that can get you on the right path. With
Brother Leonard, we all got, you know what, I got some information. I'm like, should I share this information or should I keep this information? Like, because the information I'm about to share is, it can be harmful if you're not going to take the information for the right reason. You get what I'm saying? It's right. Like, you know,
I don't know if I might have an idea about the path you're getting ready to go down.
Well, no, I'm just gonna show you a video, and family, if you watch it, you can pull this video up and watch it yourself. I'm just gonna show you the video, right? I'm gonna show you a video. It's called "How to Get Credit Cards Without Using Your Social Security Number."
Yeah.
In this video, it shows you how you can get credit cards without using your Social Security number. Now, a lot of people know that when you give the credit agencies your Social Security number, they have to do a hard pull on your credit report, right? Well, this video teaches you how to get credit cards without them having to do a hard pull on your credit report, because they never get your Social Security number. You get approved according to your address and not your Social Security number. But this need to be for responsible people. You have to be responsible for this, because if not, you can get 10, 20 credit cards using this. Using this video, you can get 10 to 20 credit cards. But if you're not responsible, and let's say you just get them and blow it, well, eventually, you know, them chickens gonna come home and roost. You get it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you see. This is a video right here. You can Google how to get credit cards without Social Security number. And they will teach you, in this video, you will learn how you can get credit cards without using your Social Security number. And the only thing you need is your address, your name and address. And now, it's people that have got 750 credit cards using this. But you need to be responsible. So I'm not going to tell you no more the tricks of it. I just gave you the video. It's up to you to go look at the video. If you watch this, you made it this far, and you got bad credit, you need credit cards, you just got a gem. So I'm gonna tell you, if you've been watching all along and you made it this far in this video, and your credit is bad, and you need to find a way to get credit cards, you just got a gem right there. But you need to be responsible. And I'll leave that alone. But one thing I wanted to show y'all before we got off is something that, you know, I love crypto, y'all. So everybody know Akon got his city in Senegal, right? Everybody, y'all familiar with Akon and the city that he built in Senegal, right? Akon City. Well, Akon rolled out a coin called Acorn. And watch this. It says Acorn rolls out to Kenyan tech city in first step toward Akon City. It starts in Africa, right? Now listen, remember, what was the coin I was telling y'all to get for 8 cents? You remember the coin, Leonard? It was Stellar.
Yeah,
okay, listen.
XLM.
XLM, check it out. We're excited and proud of the work that the Stellar, now look at the date of this, November 15th now. We are excited and proud of the work that the Stellar organization and its nonprofit, the Stellar Development Foundation, have already begun in Africa. Like Acorn, Stellar sees the potential in Africa and has dedicated resources to improving remittance service on the continent. The Stellar Development Foundation has also established a wide network of charities that accept stellar lumens as a form of donation. I'm not going to read all this, but in short, the Acorn is built on the Stellar network.
Yep, on the blockchain.
On the Stellar blockchain. Now check this out though, right? Watch this now. It's about to get interesting. It says, because I want y'all to see this. All right. Acorn has launched a project that has recently made great progress in Malawi Medical and Technology City, MMTC, in Kenya. This city is already up and running. I hope y'all understand this. This ain't something we talking about in the future. It's already up and running. There is a hospital with 5,000 beds and accommodating over 35,000 people. Watch this now. To ensure that all patients have access to financial services, the Acorn was created. The Acorn is based on the Stellar Lumen blockchain. Well, guess what, family? Everybody in this city, guess what the legal tender of this city is? It's the Acorn. Look, watch this. I'm about to keep it. Look, at the MMTC, the companies will also be connected to the new networks so that they can pay with Acorn in the supermarket as well as the gas station. In a new update, Acorn announced that a first test run would be carried out where selected residents of MMTC and companies will be able to pay for goods and service with the Acorn. In addition, salary will also be paid in the form of the Acorn token.
There you go. Hey, that right there, that's the end game right there.
Yo, listen, it said by the end of next year, more than 20,000 workers should be connected to the network, and all retail stores should be able to accept Acorn. Also, airports, gas stations, as well as institutions of the public life are to use the new cryptocurrency. According to Acorn co-founders Lynn List and John Karras, more than 30,000 transactions are expected to be processed through the network, right? And with hold on. It says we want to scale up to 1 point. We expect the city to complete fully by that's a typo, y'all. I messed up. By the end of this year, we are working on utility and bill payments. It will be an explosive cryptocurrency city. This is about to be the first crypto city in Africa, wherein everything is going to be sold and ran by Acorn. That's what you're going to accept. You're going to get paid in Acorn. Their payments are going to be an Acorn. Everything, and it's based off the Stellar blockchain. This is very important, family. This is a game changer. Now, I've done a video on this where I talked about Acorn and the Acorn. This is very serious because if this happens in Senegal, in Acorn City, guess what it's going to do to the rest of Africa? This coin has the potential to change Africa, wherein the wealth of Africa and the trading of currencies and the fact that Acorn is the one that started this in his own city, it's going to spread like wildfire all throughout Africa. This is why I told y'all to get Stellar. XLM. And there's other reasons why, and I'm going to save some of my jewels. I don't give them all at once. But this was just very surprising to me that I read this article and it came out. So I was like, I got to talk about it. But it's other big name companies that are currently trying to build their coins on the Stellar Network. I told y'all about IBM and Worldwide. IBM and Worldwide is already on the Stellar Network. This right here is very important because this is going to be the first African city, African crypto city. And it's built off the Stellar Network, y'all. This is a game changer. So, hey, I'll leave that alone. But it's some more. It's more. It's more. And the other ones is scary because it's the control factor with them because they try to control everything. But with this city, I'm going there. So I'm going in. I'm gonna go live. Now listen, I'm going. Trust me, I'm trying to go next year. I'm going to Akon City, and I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna go there. Hopefully, spend some of them acorns and let y'all see how it works, family. But back to credit, family. All this stuff is intertwined. Believe it or not, credit, crypto, financial literacy, all this is intertwined. Everything that we get up here and talk about, family, is all intertwined. And I know y'all like every time y'all come up here, something about finances, well, get used to it. But this is what we are promoting. With that being said, family, I got a couple announcements. On Wednesday at 7 p.m., I'm gonna have a show where I'm gonna have two brothers from Wealth Wave, and we're gonna discuss how money works. Stop being a sucker. Master, one of the brothers. They're gonna be up here and they're gonna talk about their company Wealth Wave and the book How Money Works. Stop being a sucker. We will be giving away 3 free books to 3 members in the audience that answer the correct question. And also, we were giving you the link to get a free ebook of How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. This is on Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to be live, and we're going to have a breakdown of how money works. And I'm going to host it, but I'm going to have 2 brothers up here from Wealth Wave to actually discuss the information. Then that Thursday, we're going to have an event where we're trying to save the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Ghana. Now, if y'all don't know about W.E.B. Du Bois, I know a lot of people talk about him, but I don't think they know that man's history, know that he died on the continent of Africa. He moved there and he built something there on the continent of Africa. And they also helped the first president, Nkrumah of Ghana. Y'all know Ghana was the first African state to be free, have their own president. I hope y'all know that. And W.E. Du Bois had a big hand in that, a big role that he played. So on Thursday, we're going to have an event because there's something going on in Ghana with his center. And we're going to have some heavy hitters in here, family. We're going to have Professor James Smalls. We have some heavy hitters. I'll put the flyer up a day or two. Y'all see some of the heavy hitters in the conscious community. They're going to be on this panel, and we're going to discuss the W.E. Du Bois Center, family. So there's something y'all can look forward to that we got going on this week on the channels, family. With that being said, I'm gonna let y'all close out. I done talked enough. Y'all let the people know where y'all can find y'all, and y'all leave them with a gem.
Yeah, I know Brother Leonard always has some wise words. So I let him close this out last. He hard to follow, man. So I'll just say this, man. I know we talk about credit and we talked about money, but I'll just say one thing I just really want people to understand and get through your heads is a lot of people look rich, but that don't mean they really have what they portray themselves to have. What you view with your eyesight may not actually be reality. You don't get to peek in the actual inner workings of the lives of a lot of people. And a lot of people, you may look at Instagram or see celebrities and stuff like that on TV, and a lot of things look a particular way, but that's not really how it is. And you may see somebody who just, drive a old beaten up car and may say that person don't have any money because they don't have a brand new car or wearing the most desired clothing, but you have no idea what that person's net worth is. So again, it's you rather be rich or look rich. Because if you're rich, I can say you can be whatever you want, but you can look however you want. You can pay and get whatever clothes or anything that you want. So don't worry about trying to please anybody else but yourself. Get yourself together because you can't help nobody if you can't help yourself first. So remember that in terms of like building wealth. Remember that because I can say for myself, I still drive the same car that I had like probably about 10 years, and then break down, I'm just going to fix it and I'm going to keep on driving it. And the reason why I say that, I can take that money and put it into a particular stock and I can flip my money. I know people know I wasn't a big fan of, I might say I wasn't a fan of Tesla, but on December 31st, or 21st, if I'm not mistaken, Tesla's going to be on the S&P 500, which is probably going to soar and do a lot of great things. But nevertheless, I really take my money and buy myself an asset and not a liability. If I want a car, I can get a car, but I got a car and that car runs fine. Again, if it break down, I'll fix it. But instead of me paying $300 a month for a car payment, I'll take the money and put it in my Roth IRA, or I'll take the money and put it in my kids' custodial account or whatever account that I have to build myself residual income. So, but anyway, I just leave you all with that. And Brother Leonard, go on, knock it out of the park, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm going to say this. It is not too late. I'm 53 years old. I've had good credit probably for about, maybe, 4 or 5 years. It's been over 800, okay? The road to me getting there was not something that was easy, but it wasn't impossible, but I was able to do it. But the reason why I was able to do it is because I wanted more, okay? I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my wife. I wanted more for my son. So I had to educate myself. I had to go get around smart people. I had to get around people that knew what they were talking about. And I had to choose a path and I had to stick with it. I had to learn through some trial and error. I had to, made some bad choices. All right. Recovered from those bad choices and said, I ain't gonna do that again. Right. But at the end result is I'm where I'm at and I'm not satisfied. Okay. Not that I want my credit score to be 850. That's not what it's about. The number is not what it's about. It's what the access. It's almost like, be able, as you go in different levels of an organization, you get more and more access to more and more benefits, to more and more things that will help you. So that's what this is about. But like I said, it's not impossible. You can do this. We can, you just have to say to yourself, I need a plan. And one of the things that I started doing, I said, I'm going to do 3 things each year that will improve my life. If you don't have a bank account, open a bank account. Just a savings account. That's all you need. Something where you can put your money, right? Somewhere you can, see something and say, all right, here I got some that I cannot get a hold to. It's out of my access. And, I'm saving it over here. Create a budget, okay? That you sit down, family member, whatever, create a budget. And when you create a budget, write down everything you spend money on. All the money that comes in and all the money that comes out. You don't disregard anything You can't say, oh, well, I ain't gonna put the light bill on there. I ain't gonna, yeah, okay, well, I got his little lunch money, or I got this, or I got my hair appointment, or my barber shop, or put all of it on there, all right? Because that's the only way you're gonna be able to really truly see and account for your money. That's basic accounting right there, okay? Everybody can do it. So, and then you can start to make decisions on how you can get more money, right? And it ain't about, I'm just gonna try to amass wealth, or I'm, chasing these dollars. That's not what it's about. It's about becoming free, okay? Giving yourself options now. I'm not trading hours for dollars anymore to where, oh man, I gotta work some overtime because I spent all of this money. That's not what it's about. It's about being able to be smarter with your resources, okay? And that's what, helping credit is about. There are multiple ways, okay? Whatever way suits you is fine. You don't have to be somebody that says, okay, well, I'm just only gonna go this way, or I don't particularly like that way, but maybe if it's a different way, this is what I'm telling you, it's multiple ways to make money, right? But just figure out how you want to do it, and be disciplined. If we fall back and say, man, I got to spend money on this, or I needed to get that, okay, fine. Just get back on track. That's what we all stumble a little bit, but the key is it's time to grow up now, okay? It's time to stop playing around, time to grow up, time to start doing better. And if you want to do better, there are plenty of resources out here. Like the brother said, if you don't want to use his, just you got YouTube, you got Google, we're in the age of information. There is no reason in the world, if you want to transform your life, but you have to have the will to want to change and the discipline to stay on the right path, or to, when you fall down, get back up and get back up on that path, or change the path. Either way, 3 years, if you do 3 things a year to improve your life, in 5 years, you will have done 15 things to have improved your life. And I guarantee where you started will not be where you end at that point. You will have done significant transformation to your life. So, like I said, small goals, you can do it. It's not impossible. Let's get started, people. Peace.